Chapter 92 Crazy, there really is someone this generous. Selling 50,000 units of resources directly. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Really? At this moment, seeing an untimely affirmative voice suddenly appear on the World Communication Channel, the leaders who were just spitting and sure that Mtlnovel was bragging, at this moment, they were dumbfounded. This is not over yet. Next, another message appeared. I also went to see it. The anonymous guy just now did not lie. On the Space Trading Channel, someone did trade tens of thousands of units of wood and stone. The name of the stall is, Only Sell Fine Products. Don't bother if you don't have the ability. If you don't believe it, you can go and see it now. Seeing this message, the leaders who were still skeptical were not calm. Many people opened the Space Trading Channel, 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. Damn, it's really tens of thousands. And when they saw, Only Sell Fine Products, don't bother if you don't have the ability. On the stall, there were tens of thousands of units of wood and stone, not a penny more. Everyone's eyelids jumped hard and their mouths opened wide. I just felt my face burning. It was like being slapped. Is this true? Fuck, is there really someone so generous that he directly took out tens of thousands of units of wood and stone for trading? This is only the first day of the world. This is not the fourth day, nor the first day. How can someone mine so many resources? I was stunned. Are you sure we are really in the same world? Did this guy start saving wood and stone from the first day? He didn't upgrade the territory. Otherwise, how could there be so many wood and stone resources? The above, are you stupid? What's the point of saving the early resources if you don't use them to upgrade and develop the territory? You want to wait until the novice period is over and then just die, right? Do you think it is possible that your territory has actually been upgraded to a high-level village? These wood and stone are actually the surplus after you upgraded the territory buildings. That's impossible. Among all the territories now, only one person has upgraded his territory to a high-level village. What the hell? Are you saying that this stall, Only Sells Fine Products, no trouble if you don't have the ability, is the territory of a garbage army? Oh my god, if that's the case, it's too scary. How many wood and stone units has this garbage army territory accumulated? If it's not the chosen one, then what's the point of us playing? It's not possible that your territory will directly become the center of the wood and stone resource areas as soon as it is released. There are abundant wood and stone resources on both sides. Otherwise, how could so much wood and stone be mined in just one day? Absolutely. Among billions of territories, only your territory is the center of wood and stone resources. This guy is really lucky. I thought my territory was lucky to have wood resources, but I didn't expect someone to be luckier than me. Me too, my territory is directly located on a stone mountain, and there are stones outside. But I didn't expect that someone is more perverted than me. At this time, some people felt that the name of the stall, Only Sell Fine Products, don't bother if you don't have the ability, was a little familiar. This, Only Sell Fine Products, don't bother if you don't have the ability, stall, I seem to have some impression, let me think, fuck. Isn't this the stall of the big guy who directly put more than 200 pieces of fine-grade materials on the shelves last night? I said why it's so familiar. Damn, it's really that boss. But he was able to kill more than 200 wild monsters above level 1 the next day. Are you sure he is really the leader of that garbage army territory? It's hard to say, maybe it's some low-key boss. Who cares, the boss put so many wood and stone materials on the shelves. If I exchange them all, my territory can be upgraded to a high-level village. All specified to be exchanged for refined iron. What is refined iron? It seems to be a resource for upgrading the territory, but it can only be used when upgrading the town. Hahaha, the opportunity has come. At this time, a leader said excitedly, I found a refined iron resource yesterday. At that time, I thought it would be troublesome to mine it, and it was not needed to upgrade the territory at present, so I didn't mine it. I didn't expect someone to exchange refined iron. And it was exchanged with wood and stone. which I lack the most now. Then why am I working so hard to mine stone? That place is dangerous, far away, and difficult to mine. Why don't I just mine refined iron? This stall owner is really a good person. Following this leader, another leader said, refined iron can actually be exchanged for excellent level materials. Damn, I'm going to make a fortune now. I also found a refined iron resource area. So many excellent level materials. Not to mention weapons, even armor, I can give my soldiers a set. Wouldn't the leveling speed take off? I'm drooling. If all these excellent level materials are made into weapons, wouldn't each of my soldiers have an excellent level weapon? This leveling speed is unimaginable. No, I also want to find a refined iron resource area to mine. At this time, many people have discovered it, only sell fine products, don't bother if you don't have the ability. At the stall, whether it was 90 pieces of fine-grade materials, or wood and stone, the designated exchange items were all the same, fine iron. And the exchange rate was quite high. A piece of high-quality monster armor can be exchanged for 800 units of stone. And here, you only need 200 units of refined iron to exchange for one. In addition, 1 unit of refined iron can be exchanged for 8 units of wood, 1 unit of refined iron can be exchanged for 5 units of stone. Immediately, many leaders who discovered the refined iron resources were overjoyed. Upgrading the territory to a high-level village requires 10,000 units of wood and 10,000 units of stone, for a total of 20,000 units of resources, converted into refined iron. We only need to mine 3,250 units of refined iron, very good deal. After all, the number of troops currently available is not particularly large. 20,000 units of resources cannot be mined or transported by our troops in one trip. Many people go out to mine stone. After mining 200 or 300 units of stone, they have to transport it back. This process of rushing back and forth has already wasted a lot of time. This is the important reason why many people cannot mine many resources at the end of the day. After all, whether it is mining stone or wood, the mining process and transportation process are both very physically demanding. Mining wood is okay and relatively easy, and mining stone, basically, many leading troops go out to mine, and then they have to come back and drink the life spring to replenish their strength before they can continue to mine. The stone resources found in some areas are relatively far away. Come and go again to replenish your physical strength and the time spent on the road. It's enough for our troops to mine another 400 units of stone. And if you want to mine refined iron, we only need to mine 3,250 units of refined iron to be able to only sell high-quality products. Don't bother if you don't have the strength. Exchange for 10,000 units of wood and 10,000 units of stone at the stall. The number of resources mined by our units has directly increased to 17,000 units. Is this not a good deal? 17,000 units of resources. This will save us a lot of time in mining and transporting resources back and forth. With the time saved, how many more units of refined iron can we mine? I can't even calculate it. Chapter 95: A group of weak ants. An angry forest anaconda. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. The forest giant anaconda, the adult, is an 8th level creature. Even though it is in the growth stage now, its level is only 6th level, but among the 6th level creatures, it is also the one at the top of the food chain. It has always been the only creature that can devour other creatures. Who would have thought that one day, he would also become the target of other creatures? Moreover, the one who wants to devour him is still a group of the weakest ants. Even though the forest giant anaconda is very huge, it exudes the pressure of a high-level wild monster. Even though the forest giant anaconda is covered with thick, hard black scales, it looks so easy to provoke and invulnerable. But the ant soldiers are not afraid. At this time, with MO phase order, 3.6 million ant soldiers immediately opened the attack posture. The densely packed ant soldiers took action. First, the fire-breathing ants, concentrate your fire attack, and make sure to blow a hole in the scales on your body. Army, be ready to charge. Once the scales are blown open, you will drill into your wounds and eat your flesh and blood. Eat as much as you can. Your goal is to do everything you can to expand this wound so that more companions can join the devouring team. Break through the defense of this forest giant anaconda from the inside. In addition, lightning ants and slime ants. Your mission is to use lightning and slime to limit the movement of this forest giant anaconda. Slow down your speed, don't let you escape so quickly. Yes, leader, the ant soldiers received the order. They began to gather in an orderly manner. First, the fire-breathing ants, hundreds of fire-breathing ants lined up in a row, facing the huge body of the forest giant anaconda covered with black scales in front of them, and began to condense fireballs. They needed the mist ants to create more mist, because at this moment, the thick fog in the forest was the best cover for the ant army. 3 seconds later, balls of fire lit up in the thick fog. They smashed towards the huge body of the forest giant anaconda covered with black scales. Boom! The fireballs equivalent to 10 fire apes smashed the body of the forest giant anaconda at the same time. The scales were instantly shattered. A blazing fire was blown out. Woo! Under the fireball, the black scales of the giant were blown open, revealing bloody flesh and blood. In the mist, the painful roar of the forest giant anaconda came. The sliding body suddenly stopped, and just when the forest giant anaconda stopped, countless army ants quickly crawled onto its body. The forest giant anaconda exuded a burnt smell and bloody flesh. The army ants opened their pincers and began to eat frantically. The dense gnawing sounds made Mo-Fei's scalp numb, and just as the army of army ants was frantically gnawing at the wound of the forest giant anaconda, at this time, in the eyes, Mo-Fei's pupils shrank slightly. I saw the scene of the condensation of the mind network in front of me. Behind the ant army, the thick fog suddenly flowed rapidly. Then, a huge black shadow appeared in the thick fog. The shadow enveloped hundreds of thousands of ant armies. A huge hissing sound sounded, and the air was filled with the smelly smell of the forest giant anaconda's mouth. At this time, the huge snake head of the forest giant anaconda swung back and forth, looking for the creature that attacked it. However, looking up, there was no large wild monster around, but his wound was getting more and more painful. It was as if there were thousands of ants biting him. In pain, the giant snake head of the forest anaconda lowered. The long and cold snake eyes looked at his wound that was blown open by the fireball. This look, the cold snake eyes of the forest anaconda, made him startled and confused. It was as if there were really ants biting his wound. At this time, tens of thousands of black ants were crawling all over his wound. Under the crazy gnawing of these ants, the forest anaconda clearly felt the pain in his wound increasing. In an instant, a trace of rage appeared in his cold snake eyes. When did even weak creatures like ants dare to attack him? A strong wind suddenly blew in the forest. The giant snake head of the forest anaconda flew towards its injured body at a high speed. The huge snake core spit out, trying to sweep away all the ants that were gnawing at its body. However, at this moment, the forest anaconda's peripheral vision saw the fog behind it. Suddenly, dense and fine fireballs lit up. These fireballs gathered into a ball. Then, they hit another part of its body. At the same time, in the fog, there was a flash of lightning. Thin arcs of electricity shot out, densely packed, and hit the head of the forest anaconda. The snake head stiffened for a moment. Along with the arcs, countless well-known fine liquids hit the snake head. Of course, in the forest giant anaconda's perception, these liquids were not obvious. Just like a drizzle suddenly fell from its snake head. However, it was precisely because of the obstruction of these fine arcs. The forest giant anaconda was unable to attack the ants that were gnawing at its wounds, and he could only watch the fireball fall on his body. Boom! The familiar sound of explosion, the familiar feeling of pain. The fireball blew a wound on the body of the forest giant anaconda. 2 wounds are not fatal to the forest giant anaconda, but when he saw that as the wound was blown open, there was a group of black ants, quickly crawling to the wound and eating frantically. At this moment, the forest giant anaconda was completely furious. It was the anger of being humiliated by low-level creatures. The huge snake head swooped down, rushed to the direction where the fireball came from. But Mo-Fei had already given the order, let the fire-breathing ants fire a fireball once, and then change the direction. So, this time, the forest giant anaconda dived and hit nothing. The huge snake head directly knocked a big hole in the face. It can be seen how powerful this guy is. And the collision of the forest giant anaconda is very important. The liquid that fell on its head before was actually the mucus sprayed by the mucus ants. This collision directly caused the head of its snake to be stained with countless mud by the mucus. It looks like its snake head is made of mud. Of course, no matter how much mud there is, it will not have any effect on the movement of the forest giant anaconda, but when it hit the surface, the forest giant anaconda closed its snake eyes. This closure, the pair of snake eyes of the forest giant anaconda were tightly closed together under the action of the mucus. Indeed, the forest giant anaconda has a huge body and is very powerful. Even through the body, it can strangle the 7th-level wild monster. But this does not mean that the snake eyes have the same power as the body. After the forest giant anaconda closed its snake eyes, it never opened again. In fact, if it encounters other wild monsters, even if it has no eyes, it will have a great impact on the forest giant anaconda. After all, it hunts prey in such a thick fog at night. The forest giant anaconda relies not on its own vision, but on its own olfactory organ that can sense heat sources. But the opponent it encountered this time was a group of ants. These ants have no heat sources. This is why the forest giant anaconda was suddenly attacked, but did not immediately discover that the creature that attacked it was Mtlnovel's ant army, because, under the thick fog, it was impossible to detect Mtlnovel's ant army just by sight. At this time, even after opening his eyes, the forest giant anaconda, in front of Mtlnovel's ant army, really became a blind man. Chapter 96 Crazy Forest Giant Anaconda. Devour. Evolution, Giant Ant. You are listening at NavelFull.audio. Looking at the scene in front of me, the giant forest anaconda's huge snake head was banging around on the ground as if going crazy. It crashed into the air and killed many ant soldiers. In the territory, Mtlnovel quickly realized this guy. He was afraid he was blind. Climb onto its body. Mtlnovel immediately gave orders to the ant army. At the same time, the attack of thunder ants will not stop. Let this manic guy calm down and cover the ant army approaching the body of the giant anaconda in the forest. Under the lightning attack from the thunder ants, the forest giant boa's body became stiff for a moment. Taking this opportunity, the ant army quickly approached the snake's body and climbed onto its body. This is actually what Mtlnovel observed. It was discovered that the head of the forest python will not attack its own body. Only then will he make a decisive move and let the ant army take the risk to get close to it and climb onto its body. Under the thick fog, the forest giant anaconda's vision was not very good. Only when it brings the snake's head very close will it discover the existence of the tiny ants. As for its body, under the thick covering of scales, it has actually lost its sensitivity to the environment, compared to the huge body of the forest giant anaconda. Mtlnovel's ant clan is so small. Even if more than 3 million ants all climbed onto the body of the giant forest anaconda, Mtlnovel was not worried. It could sense it. Fire-breathing ants, continue the attack. After many ant soldiers climbed onto the body of the giant forest anaconda, Mtlnovel descended again and let the fire-breathing ants attack. 500 fire-breathing ants stood on the back of a giant anaconda in the forest. In front of them, the scales of the forest giant anaconda sprayed out a huge fireball. Boom! The body of the giant forest anaconda was once again blasted with a bloody hole. Under the pain, its body kept twisting. Many ant soldiers slipped to the ground. However, these ant soldiers did not give up and continued to search for their location. The huge snake body of the giant python, the remaining ant soldiers who had not slipped quickly climbed onto the forest giant boa's wound. Start eating. 3 wounds opened by fireballs were eaten by countless ant soldiers. Keep expanding. The wound that was first opened by the explosion had now expanded to 3 times its previous size as it was being eaten by the ant soldiers. More and more ant soldiers are joining in the eating. And along with the ant soldiers, they gnawed relentlessly. At this time, the pain in the forest giant anaconda's body intensified again. And under severe pain, it seemed to finally realize something was wrong. I feel that the strength of my body is passing away rapidly. The crazy forest anaconda gradually calmed down. It finally feels scared. Want to escape. However, the forest giant anaconda did not know this. At this moment, all the ant army has got into its wound. After crawling for a distance of about 3 kilometers, this huge forest anaconda finally died under the bite of the ant army. And at this time, Mtlnovel's 3.6 million ant soldiers were also devoured. your ants swallow the 6th level forest giant anaconda, and you gain 810,000 points. Your ant tribe swallows the 6th level forest giant anaconda, your ant tribe's points increase, and your ant tribe's level increases. Your ants swallow the 6th level forest giant anaconda, gain the giant forest anaconda's talent, and your ants evolve into giant ants. Because there are too many tips for leveling up the ant tribe, Mtlnovel turned off the voice prompt, open the Lord panel, look at the prompt on the Lord panel that the ants are devouring the forest giant anaconda. While Mtlnovel looked surprised, his thoughts turned out to be true. This giant forest anaconda is definitely a top-notch existence among the 6th level wild monsters. The ants swallowed it up and directly added 810,000 power points to themselves. This is even worth killing 70 or 10 thunder wolves and fire apes by my own ants. Mtlnovel looked at his Lord panel, Lord level, 5th level, measuring point, 1.56 million/10 million. Just swallow this giant forest anaconda, the amount of measurement points I gained is more than what I got today when the ants devoured the green leaf snake, devoured the fountain of life, devoured the stone-eating beast, devoured the thunder wolf and the fire ape combined. Mtlnovel sighed, sure enough, if you want to level up quickly, you have to kill high-level wild monsters. Thinking that when the stinging ant army was sweeping the surrounding environment of the territory, they found many 5th level wild monsters, and there was even a 6th level wild monster among them. Mtlnovel felt a little excited. When the ant clan devours all the wild monsters around its territory, maybe there will be a few more new types of soldiers that can evolve again. Press down the excitement in your heart. Mtlnovel then checked the prompt information on the panel. After devouring the giant anaconda in the forest, many of the ant soldiers had enough measurement points, and their levels were raised again. Mtlnovel sensed it. In the battle just now, under the crazy devouring, almost all the ant soldiers under his command reached the 1st level. The original level ants have reached the 3rd level. The originally 4th level ant clan has reached the 5th level. There are too many 5th level ant soldiers now. There are probably more than 3,000 ant soldiers who have advanced to the 5th level. Sensing the number of 5th level ant soldiers in his ant army, Mtlnovel looked delighted. This 6th level forest giant anaconda has quite a lot of meat. He actually directly upgraded his more than 3,000 4th level ants to the 5th level. Now, the overall strength of his ant army has become stronger again. More than 3,000 5th level ant soldiers. This time, he was facing a 6th level wild monster. In a head-on battle, Mtlnovel was not weak at all. As a reminder, after swallowing the giant forest anaconda, ant clan evolved again. Mtlnovel opened the arms panel. On the unit panel, there is a new ant unit, giant ant. Ant tribe's troops, giant ants. Final growth level, level 6. Introduction. The new ant tribe evolved from various types of ant troops, army ants, slime ants, acid ants, fire-breathing ants, etc., and evolved from swallowing the 6th level forest giant anaconda. The giant ant inherits all the attributes and powers of the unit it belonged to before evolving. At the same time, it swallows the forest giant anaconda's talent, giant size. Giant size, your giant ant has greater size and strength. The body stores more energy. Compared with other ant units, giant ants also recover faster. Or 6th level. Seeing the introduction of the giant ant's arms, Mtlnovel felt a little regretful on his face. I just heard the prompt about troop evolution. It's also because my troops have evolved to the 7th level. Unexpectedly, giant ants are still a 6th level soldier. However, Mtlnovel didn't have much hope. After swallowing a 6th level giant forest anaconda, all the more than 3 million ants under his command were raised to 1 level. This was already a huge profit. What's more, a new type of giant ant soldiers has also evolved. Wait for your ant army to return to the territory and replenish your physical strength, then devour all the high-level wild monsters on the 5th level outside the territory. Maybe, by then, the ants from the tribe will evolve into a 7th level unit. Chapter 97. The strength of the giant ant. The strength of the ant tribe has been comprehensively imp. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. For the Type I ants, they are not a 7th level troop. Mtlnovel did not care too much. After all, the higher the troop level, the more energy points are needed to upgrade. Moreover, the Type I ants are advanced, the energy points required must be more. Through the spiritual network, MoFei switched perspectives and quickly found the advanced Type I ants and the Type I ant soldiers. They are worthy of the name Type I ants. They have indeed become much bigger. Before, the largest Type I ants in MoFei's ant tribe were only slightly larger than the big toe of an adult, and these Type I ants are even bigger. The largest Type I ant is as big as the sole of an adult's foot. Among the many ant tribes, Type I ant soldiers stand out. They are like generals in the ant tribe. It is worth mentioning that, at this time, MoFei locked his view on this Type ant soldier, which was a type ant that was transformed from a level 5 fire-breathing ant. The color on its body is different from that of other type ants, and it is still the unique dark red color of fire-breathing ants, although in the process of devouring the level 6 forest boa. None of these level 5 ant soldiers of MoFei upgraded to level 6, however, after devouring the forest boa, they also advanced again. Gained the talent of the size of the forest boa. Looking at the type ant soldier in front of him, MoFei asked, "Can you still summon fireballs now?" "My lord, you can." The type ant soldier replied, showing MoFei its talent of summoning fireballs. In less than 3 seconds, the type ant soldier summoned a fireball. This fireball was larger than the one it summoned before. "Lord, I can feel that the fireballs I summon now are more powerful. And it hardly consumes any physical strength. I can now summon almost 20 such large fireballs in a row," that the type ant fire-breathing ant soldier said. 20. MoFei was a little shocked. After becoming a type ant, the fireballs fired by the fire-breathing ants not only became more powerful. Moreover, the number has more than doubled. Before, the 5th level fire-breathing ants could only fire 7 fireballs at most before they would run out of physical strength, and now, after becoming a type ant, although the level is still the 5th level, however, the number of fireballs that the fire-breathing ants can emit is 20. MoFei asked a few more fire-breathing ants that evolved from fire-breathing ants. The answers they got were almost exactly the same as this type ant soldier. They can now emit fireballs, and when the power increases, the number has more than doubled. It seems that after becoming type ants, the ants have not only become larger in size and strength, but also their innate strength and physical strength have been enhanced. MoFei nodded secretly. He said, "It would be great if we could meet a few more forest boas. In this way, the overall strength of the ants will be greatly enhanced." However, MoFei was just thinking about it, knowing that the probability was not high. Moreover, that a 6th level immature forest boa caused many ant soldiers in the ant army to be seriously injured. This was still under the cover of fog and the sneak attack was successful. If it was an adult forest boa, MoFei would not dare to send his ant army to provoke it. One is not good. The ant army of more than 3 million people is likely to be wiped out. At this time, according to the information reported by the ant army, in this battle with this 6th level forest boa, the number of ant soldiers who were directly crushed to death by the anaconda's body reached 100,000. The number of injured ant soldiers reached 600,000. However, all these injured ant soldiers have the talent of self-healing. After devouring the flesh and blood of the forest boa and obtaining sufficient energy, their self-healing talents also took effect and they recovered quickly. And in MoFei's induction, this time, the number of ant soldiers who have evolved into large-scale ants from the devoured forest boa is 30,000. This number is really not small. Of course, it is also due to the huge size of the forest boa and a lot of flesh and blood. If a 6th level wild monster like a stone-eating beast is devoured, and 50 ant soldiers can be generated from the ant tribe, then it should be a smile. Repair and move all these scales back to the territory. At this time, the flesh and blood of the forest boa has been devoured by the ant army. Scales are scattered all over the ground. MoFei gave the order to let the ant army carry all these scales back to the territory. These are all excellent grade materials. Although the ants themselves cannot devour them, they can be exchanged for resources by putting them on the space trading channel. Don't waste them. Next, MoFei switched the perspective between the two ant armies. On the way back to the territory, the ant army transporting stone materials from the granite mountain and the ant army heading southwest encountered huge black shadows that appeared in the thick fog all the way. MoFei did not dare to provoke these black shadows again. After all, after the battle with the forest boa, A considerable number of ant soldiers in the Southwest Ant Army had been injured, if there are wild monsters above. Level 7 among these black shadows, I am afraid that there will be heavy losses if the ant army provokes them. At that time, I saw these huge black shadows in the thick fog. Mtlnovel was also secretly alert, although the self-ant tribe became powerful again after devouring the forest anaconda. However, there are still many wild monsters in the misty forest that are stronger than the self-ant army. The self-ant tribe of the 5th level cannot run rampant here. We still can't be arrogant. We must hurry up to improve the strength of our ant tribe. In the future, not only the 5th level forest anaconda, but even these wild monsters will become the prey of the self-ant army. Finally back, until 10 o'clock in the evening, after dinner, Mtlnovel stood on the balcony on the 3rd floor. Finally, I saw the gate of the territory. The ant army returned triumphantly with a full load. Soldiers, you have worked hard. Mtlnovel moved and jumped directly from the balcony on the 3rd floor. Let the 5 million ant army, who have been busy all day in the granite mountain, eat the fountain of life to replenish their physical strength. Then, with a finger, more than 4 million ant army lifted granite blocks and put them all into the warehouse. In an instant, the number of stones in the warehouse soared by 500,000. Then, Mtlnovel also put 300 stone-eating beast armors into the warehouse. Just now, the more than 9 million ant army was settled. At this time, the ant army heading southwest also came back. One by one, the ant soldiers, holding the dark scales of forest boas in their claws, came to Mtlnovel and formed a battle array. Watching his ant soldiers showing off their spoils, Mtlnovel smiled. He once again put all the scales in their claws into the warehouse. There were more than 10,000 scales. All of them were excellent grade materials. Chapter 98, Trading Refined Iron. Epic Energy Crystal. You are listening at NavelFull.audio. All injured ant soldiers, Mtlnovel arranged them to eat the life spring first to heal their injuries. Then, he looked at the ant army in front of him. He counted the number of elite ant soldiers he had brought in today. Number of spray ants, 500. Number of lightning ants, 1,200. Number of giant ants, 30,420. In addition, after devouring the food beast, there are also many food ants. Now, the number of my food ants, plus the food ants produced by the ant tribe barracks, is a total of 400,000. In addition, there are venom-stinging ants, paralysis-stinging ants and other troops. But the number is relatively small. The number of venom-stinging ants is more than 2,000, and the number of paralysis-stinging ants is even smaller, about 80. As for the remaining marching ants, slime ants, acid ants, mist ants and other troops, Mtlnovel did not count them one by one. The number of these troops is really too much. But he counted the number of soldiers of the 5th level ant tribe and the 4th level ant tribe in his own ant tribe. There are more than 3,000 ants in the 5th level ant tribe. Among them, about 2,000 are giant ant soldiers. The remaining 1,000 are spray ants and lightning ants. The 4th level ant tribe has about 150,000. There are many types of soldiers, such as spray ants, food ants, slime ants, all kinds of soldiers. After counting the types and levels of ant soldiers, Mtlnovel has a rough idea of the strength of his ant army. After letting the tired ant soldiers eat the life spring, Mtlnovel returned to the room. Then, he opened the space trading channel. Click on his selling fine products. Do not disturb if you don't have the strength. Stall. Mtlnovel saw, he sold 2,400 units of wood and wood out of the 50,000 units he put up, and 3,000 units of wood. He traded for 900 units of refined iron. However, a lot of armors of the beast-eating beast were sold. A total of 10 armors of the beast-eating beast were sold. 2,000 units of refined iron were traded. In addition to the refined iron that Jiang Yunling had traded to him before, the number of refined irons in the warehouse has reached 3,400. Mtlnovel was not surprised by this. After all, the materials and resources on his stall were only put up in the afternoon. Many lords had not mined much refined iron before the night came. Naturally, they could not exchange for much refined iron. As for why the armor of the beast-eating beast is more popular than wood and wood resources, it is also easy to explain. Because, when mining refined iron, the mining efficiency of the refined level hoe is higher than that of the ordinary hoe and the excellent hoe. If they were not stupid, Those lords who discovered the refined iron resource area would definitely give priority to exchanging their own armor of the beast-eating beast and forging a refined level hoe as soon as they mined refined iron. Looking at the 3,400 units of refined iron in the warehouse, Mtlnovel was full of confidence. In one night, he traded 2,900 units of refined iron. I believe that tomorrow, he will be able to collect 10,000 refined irons to upgrade the territory to a primary town. But not yet. Of course, Mtlnovel will not think that the refined iron is too much. In the warehouse, there are a total of 680,000 wood and 500,000 wood, as well as a number of fine materials. Before other lords upgrade their territories to advanced villages, Mtlnovel plans to collect as much refined iron as he can. After all, when other lords upgrade their territories to advanced villages and find that the amount of refined iron required to upgrade their territories to primary towns is not a small number, the value of refined iron will definitely skyrocket at that time. Purchasing refined iron at this time is definitely a sure win business. Looking at the 80 pieces of beast armor on the stall, Mtlnovel thought about it, and took out 20 more pieces of beast armor from the warehouse, replenishing the number to 100. At the same time, Mtlnovel also replenished the number of wood and timber on the shelves to 50,000 units. Anyway, it is to give other lords a signal that their resources are not lacking. If you have refined iron, just come to trade. There are enough resources. Just like yesterday, on the stall, many lords left messages for him. For these messages, Mtlnovel took a rough look, just about to close the space trading channel. At this time, a message on the stall caught Mtlnovel's attention. Hello stall owner, I have an epic level quantity of alien crystals and I want to trade with you. Is it okay? I need 10,000 units of wood and 10,000 units of timber. If interested, please add me as a friend, Lin Chang. Epic level quantity crystal. Mtlnovel was slightly surprised. On the third day of the Lord's world, there were already epic level materials. Mtlnovel remembered that epic level materials seemed to be dropped only after killing monsters above level 1, right? Or killing level 7 elite monsters, and level 7 leader monsters also have a chance to drop epic level materials. Monsters of the same level, they are also divided into ordinary monsters, elite monsters, leader monsters, commander monsters, and king monsters. For example, the Acid Mud Monster King and the Green Leaf Snake King killed by Mtlnovel's Ant tribe a while ago are barely considered leader monsters. By devouring them, the Ant tribe also gets more quantity points. However, generally, the level of monsters will be displayed in the information only after the level of monsters reaches level 7. Now there is a level 7 elite monster killed. Among the billions of lords, there are really hidden dragons and crouching tigers. Seeing this message, Mtlnovel was both surprised and emotional. I thought that my ant army was quite powerful in killing the 6th level forest giant anaconda. Now it seems that we still need to work hard to continue to improve the strength of our ant clan. Compared to these lords who have awakened high-level arms, the highest level of my current ant tribe is level 5, but the level is still low. But what is this strange crystal? Mtlnovel hesitated for a moment and curiously added this friend of the Lord named Lin Chang. Enter Lin Chang's name and click Add Friend. In less than a minute, it was prompted that the friend application had been approved. Mtlnovel, I am the stall owner. What is the high-volume alien crystal you are talking about? Can you take a look first? Lin Chang, okay. The next second, Lin Chang directly shared the description of the strange crystal. Item, amount of strange crystals. Level, epic level. Sheo, a large number of exotic crystals can be embedded in territorial buildings to obtain different effects. Embedded in the heart of the territory, gain unit attack, strengthen defense, speed up unit physical recovery, increase unit physical limit, blood limit, etc. Embedding it on the barracks, accelerating production, increasing the production probability of designated arms, increasing the mutation probability of arms, increasing the initial level of arms, etc. Embedded in the spring of life, the therapeutic effect of the spring water is increased, the spring water reserve is increased, and the spring water recovery speed is accelerated. Inlaid into the synthesis workshop, it increases the probability of material synthesis and the probability of the appearance of special attributes of items. Inlaid into the blacksmith shop, raised. Mounted on the decomposition furnace to raise. Mo Fei was immediately shocked when he saw the strange crystal. Improve the defense of arms, increase the production speed of barracks, increase the production probability of designated arms, improve the initial level of arms, and improve the synthesis probability of materials. A large number of exotic crystals are embedded into different territorial buildings. Almost every aspect of the results obtained is a huge improvement. This lord named Lin Chang actually has such a good thing. Moreover, requires 10,000 units of material and 10,000 units of lumber. Window_tabula equals window_tabula dot push mode thumbs feed 01 container tabula below article thumbnail 300x250 placement below article thumbnail 300 by 250 target_type mix. Chapter 99. Does the energy crystal need to be upgraded before it can be used? Sorry, I can use it. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Energy crystal. This is definitely a good thing. It is probably also a material that the lords of the future are scrambling for. It is one of the important elements that determine the power gap between lords of the same level. 10,000 units of wood and 10,000 units of stone can be exchanged for an epic energy crystal. Mo Fei himself felt that he had made a fortune. It is absolutely worth the money. This thing seems good according to the introduction. Mo Fei suppressed his excitement and replied calmly, "Can I ask how you got this thing? I'm curious." Lin Chang did not answer immediately. He seemed to be thinking. After about a minute, he sent a message. My orc warrior found a cave. This energy crystal was found in the corpse of a huge wild monster in the cave. Picked it up. Mo Fei was stunned. He thought Lin Chang was a big boss who awakened a high-level soldier and killed a 7th-level elite wild monster. Unexpectedly, the other party was just lucky. From the corpse of a wild monster in the cave, you can find energy crystals. However, Lin Chang's answer, it also confirmed Mo Fei's guess just now. Energy crystals found from the corpse of wild monsters, that is to say, killing and devouring high-level wild monsters should also explode energy crystals. While Mo Fei was thinking, at this time, Lin Chang sent another message. Lin Chang, how about it, stall owner, do you want to exchange? 1 energy crystal for 10,000 units of wood and stone, you will definitely make a profit. Lin Chang said the truth. However, seeing this person so anxious, Mo Fei's heart was filled with doubts. I have another question. Mo Fei replied, this energy crystal, why don't you keep it for yourself? The introduction of the energy crystal is there. Any lord who is not stupid can see the value of energy crystals. Why doesn't the other party use such a good thing? Instead, trade it out and let himself get a bargain. For this energy crystal, even if Lin Chang said he wanted to trade 20,000 units of wood and stone, Mo Fei didn't frown. After all, he now has a lot of stone and wood reserves. However, it is better to ask some questions clearly. Lin Chang fell silent again. 2 minutes later, he sent a message. Lin Chang, because my current territory level is too low, the barracks building cannot be inlaid. Lin Chang, when I got this energy crystal, I wanted to inlay it in my territory heart. But the prompt says that my territory level is too low. To inlay energy crystals, the territory level must be upgraded to the town level at least, and the territory building inlay function must be unlocked. And my current territory level has just been upgraded to the intermediate village. Upgrading from an intermediate village to an advanced village requires 10,000 units of wood and 10,000 units of stone. This resource is not a small amount. Even after the 7-day novice protection period ends, I may not be able to upgrade my territory to an advanced village, let alone upgrade my territory to a primary town. This energy crystal is now in my hands as a stone. It can be used but not used. So, I want to exchange it for some resources. If it weren't for the lack of resources to upgrade the territory, I wouldn't trade such a good thing. Energy crystals can only be used when the territory is upgraded to a town. Mo Fei breathed a sigh of relief. I almost got tricked by Lin Chang. Fortunately, I was cautious. If it were any other lord, 10,000 units of wood and stone were exchanged for such a thing that can only be used but not used, they would cry to death. Judging from the current level of the territory, during the 7-day novice protection period, most lords have a hard time upgrading their territory to an advanced village. It will take at least half a month to upgrade the territory to a primary town. However, Lin Chang probably couldn't guess that Mo Fei's territory is already an advanced village. Now, Mo Fei himself is also preparing to upgrade his territory to a primary town. This energy crystal is just right for Mo Fei to use. At this time, after the message was sent, seeing that Mo Fei did not respond immediately, Lin Chang was also a little anxious. He secretly cursed himself for being a pig brain. Even if 10,000 wood and 10,000 stone materials are exchanged for an energy crystal, it seems to be worth the money, but today is only the 3rd day of the Lord's world. At this stage, who is willing to spend 20,000 resources to exchange for something that can only be used half a month later? Half a month later, when the territory can be upgraded to a primary town, many lords may have the strength to kill the 7th and 8th level monsters. If you want energy crystals, they can also kill monsters and drop them. If I knew earlier, I shouldn't have revealed this information to Mo Fei. If I don't tell Mo Fei may still buy this energy crystal. If I tell Mo Fei, as long as the other party is not stupid, he will not buy this energy crystal. Lin Chang, stall owner, are you still there? Do you want to buy this energy crystal? If you really want it, I can lower the price again. 8,000 wood and 8,000 stone, take this energy crystal. This is the lowest price. Huh. This guy actually took the initiative to lower the price. Mo Fei was a little surprised. He agreed without hesitation. Mo Fei, yes, you can trade it. Lin Chang was overjoyed. He quickly set the price and traded the energy crystal. Your friend Lin Chang initiated a transaction with you. Trading item, an epic energy crystal, designated trading item, 8,000 units of wood, 8,000 units of stone. Trade or not? A prompt appears when you see friend information. Mo Fei agreed directly. It cost 8,000 units of wood and 8,000 units of stone to trade this epic level energy crystal. Immediately, think about it, directly delete Lin Chang's friends in the friend column, prevent the other party from regretting it and arguing with you later. Lin Chang, stall owner, happy cooperation. The message is sent. A line of prompts suddenly appeared on the friend communication panel in front of Lin Chang. The other party has deleted you from the friend list, and you cannot send messages to the other party. Lin Chang can't help but sigh. Big guy is a big guy. Talking about a transaction is just a transaction. Don't give yourself any chance to cling on. Chapter 100. The upgrade is getting slower and slower. The lords are discussing the stalls again. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. 11:30 p.m. Many leaders who sent their troops out to level up recalled their troops to their territories. After 12 o'clock, the number of high-level monsters in the wild will increase greatly. At the same time, the strength bonus of dark creatures will be increased to 50%, more dangerous. Somewhere in a desolate grassland, Lin Feng summoned his violent war elephants back. The first leader in the world. The number of Lin Feng's violent war elephants has increased to 450, leader level, first level, energy points, 90146/100,000. At this time, looking at his leader level, Lin Feng sighed slightly. As the number of troops increases, his leveling speed has indeed become faster. Today, his leveling speed is 10 times that of the first level. However, as the leader level increases, the more energy points are needed to level up. Even though his leveling speed has been getting faster and faster, it is becoming more and more difficult to level up. After the leader level reaches level 1, he can no longer raise the level 1 by 1. Open the leader level ranking list. Lin Feng took a look and found that the first place was still the garbage army territory. Fortunately, the leader level of the garbage army territory has remained at level 5. This made Lin Feng feel a little relieved. He was really scared. At the end of today, as soon as he opened the leader level ranking list, the leader level of the garbage army territory became a level 2 leader. That would be really scary. Lin Feng looked at the remaining leader level rankings. There is no place for him in the top 10, from the 2nd to the 4th place, all are 4th level leaders. These people upgrade too fast. Lin Feng shook his head and sighed. It is so difficult to upgrade a leader from the 1st level to the 4th level. I dare not imagine how many energy points it would take to upgrade a leader from the 4th level to the 5th level. How much time it would take. Looking at the garbage army territory ranked first in the leader level, at this time, Lin Feng was really convinced. I have to say that the leader of this garbage army territory is really abnormal. Only the first day, the leader level has been upgraded to the 5th level. If it were me, after the novice protection period ended, Lin Feng did not dare to say that he could upgrade to the 5th level leader. Now, after experiencing the torture of reality, Lin Feng no longer dared to brag in the World Communication Channel. All he could do was to closely follow the footsteps of these big guys on the leaderboard and try not to be left behind too much. In this way, when the novice protection period is over, he can get a world reward. After sighing for a while, Lin Feng summed up his shortcomings. In fact, it's not that they level up too fast, but the geographical location of this place is not good, and they can't find suitable wild monsters to level up. Either the wild monsters they encounter are too weak, or the wild monsters they encounter are too strong. In the first 2 days of leveling, the low-level wild monsters nearby have been swept away by your violent war elephants. Now it's not an easy task to find suitable wild monsters to level up. In addition, there are too many violent war elephants. The size too big, resulting in too big a target. Before his violent war elephants were dispatched, many wild monsters had already fled. In this case, it becomes particularly difficult to speed up the leveling speed. Tomorrow, we can continue to expand our hunting range. I hope we won't encounter too powerful wild monsters. Thinking of encountering a level 2 wild monster today, causing him to lose 20 violent war elephants, Lin Feng felt a pain. The highest level of his violent war elephants is only level 5, it would be great if he could make a set of excellent level giant elephant armor for his violent war elephants. However, Lin Feng couldn't think about it. He didn't have many excellent level materials. What's more, his violent war elephants belong to special types of soldiers. If you want to make armor for violent war elephants, you need corresponding drawings to make it. Up to now, he has killed wild monsters below level 5, and no armor blueprint has been dropped. Forget it, let's think about how to hoard some resources and upgrade the territory. Let's wait until the blueprint is dropped before making equipment for the troops. Lin Feng decided his current territory level is still a level 1 village. The blacksmith shop and the synthesis workshop have been built, but not upgraded. To upgrade from level 1 to a high-level village, 10,000 wood and 10,000 stone are needed. This is not a small amount. Fortunately, Lin Feng collected a lot of meat and materials by hunting wild monsters today. It can be exchanged for wood and stone resources. At the same time, many territories are the same as Lin Feng. After recalling the troops to the territory, he summarized his gains today. World Communication Channel, I made a profit from leveling up today, and I got a good quality material. I wanted to level up again in the evening, but I accidentally bumped into a level 5 rotten lizard, and 15 of my centaurs died at once. I lost a lot. Oh, today was not bad. I finally leveled up to level 5 leader. The first-ranked garbage soldier territory is already a level 5 leader. How come he leveled up so fast? At 12 o'clock last night, he had already leveled up to the 5th level. By the way, he didn't seem to level up today. I don't know what he did. Silly. It takes 100,000 energy points to level up from the 4th level to the 5th level. How many energy points do you think it takes to level up from the 4th level to the 5th level? How many energy points do you think it takes to level up from the 5th level to the 6th level? I don't know if the boss can level up to the 8th level after the novice period ends. I feel that it would be good to level up to the 4th level after the novice period ends. The first place in the territory rank is still a garbage army territory, a high-level village. The resources required for a high-level village are too many, 10,000 units of wood and 10,000 units of stone. It seems that everyone hasn't saved enough resources for the first level today. Except for the garbage army territory, which is a high-level village, the 2nd to 10th territories are still first-level villages. Normal, everyone's resources today should be used to build and upgrade the territory buildings. Tomorrow, some territories should have saved enough resources to upgrade their territories to high-level villages. To upgrade to a high-level village, you still need a lot of resources to build and upgrade the territory buildings, right? Hahaha, I dug some refined iron today and got a few fine-level mining picks. The collection efficiency has been improved again. I feel that if I dig 2 more refined irons, I can exchange them for enough resources to upgrade to a high-level village. What? Refined iron can also be exchanged for resources of a first-level territory. The boss, forget it. In 2 days, the wood and stone in that boss's stall have probably been exchanged out. Huh, don't panic at all. The boss seems to be very rich. I just checked and the boss has added 50,000 wood and stone, and 100 excellent level armor. The boss is showing that he is not short of resources. Now there is hope for a high-level village in your territory. In the World Communication Channel, a leader mentioned again that he could use refined iron to exchange for wood and stone resources from MO phase, selling fine products. Don't bother if you don't have the ability, stall. Immediately, many leaders who didn't know what was going on opened a space trading channel. When they saw the 50,000 units of wood and stone sold at MO phase stall, as well as 100 pieces of excellent level stone-eating beast armor, many people were shocked again. While praising MO Fei for his generosity, MO Fei's, selling fine products, no need to bother if you don't have the ability, stall once again caused a wave of heated discussion in the World Exchange channel. It also advertised MO Fei's purchase of fine iron for free. Window_tabula equals window_tabula_tabula.push, mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, tabula, below, article, thumbnail, 300x250, placement, below article thumbnail, 300 by 250, target_type, mix.